That's right. This is all planned. This system and everything is designed to make you do one thing: victim, powerless, dependent upon this system or this government. This case in the world today, we see many trials and tribulations. We all know what's going on. No one's blind to it. But there is an agenda here, and it's all planned. And let me enlighten you and awaken you even more from a different perspective so that you can see what's happening here. You see, it all boils down to your mind. How your mind interprets the reality you're being fed. You have a left hemisphere, right hemisphere of the brain. The left hemisphere is predominantly the intellect or the dependent part of the mind that likes to keep things status quo. And they know this. It's designed for this. They want to design you to become what I call a mindless robotic operator. In other words, they do not want you to access the right hemisphere of your brain. Why? Because if you can access the right hemisphere of your brain, you tap into your true self. You tap into your inner power. You tap into who you are. You tap into how the nature of reality works. You listen to the voice in the heart. You know what's going on. They can't have you there. It's too much power. You can deliberately create your reality. They don't want individuals that can deliberately create their reality. They want workers. They want people who will, hey, you do what I say. I don't pay you to think. That's what they want. That's what the entire system is designed. And what you're seeing going on in this world today is part of that strategic system. It's designed to, oh, the government knows what's good for me. Let me depend on them. They can help me. They see the bigger good. They're looking out for the people. How do you know that the government knows what's best for you? How does the government know what's best for you? Isn't that something you should know? Aren't you an individual? No, they don't want you to see that. They want you to say, hey, depend on us. We know what's best. They want you to become the victim, because what this does, this slowly programs your mind. You see, the thing about the mind is a very unique thing, or a problem, or a loophole with the mind, is the mind will love to maintain a reality loop. Once something gets to the mind and it's used to it and it becomes solidifies with a memory, the mind will try everything to hold on. Even if it's something detrimental, destructive, harmful, or bad for you, your mind will still want it. It doesn't care. It wants to maintain the normal loop. You could look at it around, just like look at relationships. Why do people go back to abusive relationships and they want to get away from it? Why do people go back to the things they don't like? Why do they go back to these unhealthful habits? Well, it's because the mind remembers it and records it and gets attached to it and wants to maintain it. And they know this. The entire system is designed from the education system all the way up. Did you know Carnegie, Industrial Revolution, Andrew Carnegie, steel billionaire, in the early 1800s to 1900s, he was the biggest contributor to the education system. That's when the education system was beginning to form. So they were beginning to form, okay, how are we going to teach? How are we going to program the people? Carnegie was the biggest contributor. What was his agenda? Steel. So he wanted people to become workers, robots. Same thing going on today with the education system. It's just a different player, same game. Did you know the education system hasn't been changed in 100 years? Yes. So they don't want free thinkers. They want obeyers. That is correct. The system is designed to keep you from critically thinking and believing in yourself. It all boils down to one thing: taking away your power to deliberately create your reality. Taking away your power to see and listen to the inner voice that says, something doesn't add up. This ain't right. How do they know this? See, if they can get you where you don't have to question or think, they've won. That's all they want. And that's what's going on with this distraction, with the events in the world, with people being displaced and the distancing. All that designed to break your attachment and communication with others. It's designed to take your power away. As human beings, we are interactive creatures. We need to be around each other. We need the energy. We need this. If they can take that away from you and they can separate that from you, they cut off your connection. This is why you see going on. There's a bigger agenda here. But you know what? You can win. You can overcome this. Because again, here's a secret. Our reality is subjective. They don't want you to know that. They want you to see what you see as the real or current reality. They don't want you to see that you can change it if you think for yourself and you become aware that you are the creator. They don't want that. That's too powerful. That's potent. Imagine if everyone in the world discovered this secret, and everyone in the world can know how powerful they are. Would we have a government? Would we have these authoritarian figures? Would we have all these agendas? Would we have all these greed and this egotistical driven society? You know the main reason they're doing this is for one thing: control. Just love to control you. Do what I say. I didn't teach you to think. I didn't pay you to think. That's what they want. Left hemisphere, right hemisphere. They want to keep you in the left. They can keep you in the left. They know how your mind works, and they'll keep you as the sheep. But you, as the chosen ones, or you who are now watching this video, who are going to become a chosen one, who are going to become awake, or who are being awake, because now this information is out, and now you're learning. And another secret for you to start to learn and become aware is, number one, become aware of everything. Number two, question everything. Look from it from a different perspective. Have an open mind. Do your research. It's out there. The system isn't designed for you to do all this. You have to take your own responsibility and do it. They're not going to make it easy. They're not going to say, here it is. Can't do that, because you're going against their agenda. So yes, this was all planned. But here's the good news. What's going to happen is also planned. And what is that? The Great Awakening. That's what we're entering. We're in this great awakening that's about to come upon us. In the next 5 years, we're going to be entering what's called the Golden Age. That's where everyone now is really going to take off. Because the universe sees everything. Your higher self, this spiritual beings, they're watching from outside this matrix, and they know exactly what's going on. The world is changing. People are becoming more aware of their power. So what they thought was going to really change or keep you more, it actually backfired. This actually helped a lot of individuals to become awakened, because people now are questioning and looking in themselves. They didn't expect this to happen. So now you see that the power of the greater, or the power of the more, is greater than the few. And we are the more. We have more power. You are the creator of your own abundance. You are the source of everything you're experiencing. If you can take your attention and put it to what you want, your external reality changes. And this is why you must become awakened. You must become aware. Because now you see, again, let me go back, left and right. The human mind, they know how it works. They've seen how everything is. And they know that if they can keep you in a funnel system through the education, through the programming, through the media, through the television, through the entertainers, to whoever you look up to, they can keep those people in your lane, and you can follow them, because the mind will look up to them, and the mind will get attached to it, and the mind says, I'm okay, they take care of me, I'm happy. No, you're not. It's an illusion. You're being a sheep. We do not want to exist in a world of mindless thinkers. You don't want that. It's not going to happen. So you have to be individually and take responsibility. And once you start to do this, And once you start to touch this, you'll see a big change. Start to meditate. Start to listen to the inner voice. Spend time alone. Get into your own mind. Listen to the voice. Ask the questions. The answers will come to you, because in the right hemisphere of your brain, you have access to the infinite information, the spiritual gifts, the remote viewing, empathic power, telekinesis, telepathy, things that they do not want you to know, things that they hold as classified information. Yet you have it in you right now, but it exists in the right part of your mind. So if you want to access it, you have to get out of the program. You have to leave the news, leave the media, stop from watching these things that are programming you. Start to go within. Only watch programs that inspire you or in line with what you want. This is how you escape this matrix. So remember, it was all planned, and the main reason for control. But the power is in you, and now it's your turn to take it back.